Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Evi Triana, and in this opportunity I would like to share the material of psycholinguistic. So, what is psycholinguistic? Psycholinguistic is a field of study that combines psycholinguistic and linguistic. The term itself was coined in 1951, though the study had been going on even in the 19th century, in the form of study of the language development. Psycholinguistic has difference with linguistic. Linguistic is often defined as scientific study of language. John B. Carroll, 1969, asserted that the study of language system in abstract is realm, area, and scope of linguistic. Let's move to scope of linguistic. The scope of linguistic is divided as number 1. How people use language as a system. And number 2 is how people learn language and use it for communication. First, psycholinguistic basically answers two questions. First, how language is produced, and second is how language is acquired and learned. So, let's move to language acquisition theory. Language learning by infant is termed by linguists as language acquisition. In this development, it is also called childhood language acquisition or CLA, meaning the acquisition language by children.
At first, Bloomfield started the study of language from phoneme, while Chomsky started from sentence. Bloomfield more inclined to the flow of behavioristic, while Chomsky more inclined to the flow of rationalist.
Learning can be applied to a first language, second language, and foreign language. In psycholinguistic, the second language is the target of language, or the language being taught. Learn English or another foreign language depends on many factors. There are student factor, teacher factor, facility factor, material factor, environmental factor, and the last is factor of methods and evaluation tools. Next, interference from the first language to second language. Terminology. A student often transfers the mother tongue system to the language he is learning. According to Robert Lado in his book Linguistic Across Culture, what students transfer is not only their language system, but also their cultural system. This transferring process is often called linguistic interference, interlanguage, approximative system, or language transfer. Number 2 is the first language interference to the second language or the target language. Interference occurs because of the overpowering influence in the first language in one's mind. So when one is active in both speaking as well as writing, will result in error.
Next, language error are the study of language. For language teachers, language errors presents a challenge to anticipation and therapeutic activities. In psycholinguistic, anticipation activities are discussed in contrastive analysis, and therapeutic activities are discussed in error analysis, followed by remedial programs. Students often make language error resulting from the interference process. For example, number 1, "You're not coming. I go home." The correct sentence is, "Because you did not come yesterday, I went home." Number 2, "New your shoes. My shoes are old." The correct sentence is, "Don't think that my shoes are new. They are old. Don't mock me."
Number 3 is contrastive analysis. Good teaching materials are acquired from students' language comparison the first language to the language being taught or second language.
The same two language systems tend to be easier to learn, while different ones are difficult to learn. Difficulties for students are a burden or challenge for the teachers, and one of the consequences is the hour. The lesson must be supplemented to complete the lesson. Number 4 is error analysis. The contrastive analysis is considered to have predictive powers, while error analysis is considered to have an accuracy for the language education program, or especially for entropy. A new language teacher can use contrastive analysis to anticipate difficulties or language error by students. However, as contrastive analysis is predictive, it is necessary to gain confidence that a teacher needs to examine or perform a file study by the method of error analysis.
Okay, that's all about the material of Psycholinguistic. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry for my mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.